Hi, I'm Ashley Adamson. I'm going to open up the space a little bit to connect with you in healing right now and creating space for both of us to process ourselves as we work through this. That's something of a meditation that I'm beginning to do as a practice for these videos because we're connecting one-on-one and this is unedited, so we get to go deeper into, something a little subconscious in the human processing. And as I ask questions, I hope that you can find your own inner knowing in navigating and finding your own place. Check out my new hairstyle. I'm trying this out. And check out my outfit. I'm also using a different lens so you can kind of see. I got these pink leggings too, so I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about my thoughts on dating more recently. I've had a lot of thinking on redoing the way that I date. I'm a single trans woman, and I go on a lot of first dates. I meet a lot of people. I meet most of my dates through dating apps. I use Grindr, and I use Bumble, and I use Field, and I've used Tinder, and I've made a bunch of different dating video apps, which I need to actually update because I have new thoughts on those. But specifically, I wanted to talk about the way that I'm changing strategically how I do my dating, because this might be something you're going through or thinking about as a single person. How do you date? And if you're trans, how do you find the right person for you in a world where it feels like you're fetishized, or it feels like you don't have, how does it feel for you? How does it feel to be out there dating right now? And how do you couple your experience with being trans or not being trans and that experience? The dating apps are definitely a function of changing the way dating works. Then if you are trans, there is that additional layer of experiencing dating apps that don't really help you date as a trans person. There are a few apps like Timey out there, which I've used, but I find to be, there's just not enough users on it. There's just not enough people. And so you kind of have another problem there. Anyways, I want to talk about the internal work because that's the more important thing that I want you to think about and process and move through. And that's something that I want to share with you, help you do your processing as I'm also doing my own processing. So the thing that I've been thinking most immediately that brought up this topic was I've stopped kissing people that I date on the first date. In fact, I don't kiss until at least the third date. There is maybe a little bit of touch, like maybe I'll hold on to the man's shoulder because it's cold and I'm wearing heels. I have a lot more expectations about just getting to know someone. And that's a very big shift for me because usually my first date, I'm hoping that we can kiss. And by the second date, I'm hoping that we get to feel each other out a little bit. What about you? How is your dating process? Where are you with how you think is the right steps in progression in getting to know someone? I am not looking to hook up with people, so I'm specifically on a relationship train. But even that has changed. That is something that I've always been seeking, but I have actually shifted the way that I date for that. So, what are you seeking and how are you calibrating that to how you're dating? For me, the thing that has kind of evolved is I've always been seeking a relationship, but my own insecurities with how I am trans and also, I guess, the fact that I'm very sexual. I want sexual connection and I want to feel out people before I get too emotionally invested to see if they're good. Because my logic in the past has been if they're not good in bed, there's really no point in kind of progressing. But what I've realized is you really got to get to know them. And if they want you to be their relationship material, they're going to be afraid of scaring you off, and so they shouldn't be making too many moves to try and get with you in bed too early. It's actually sort of like a shift in my thinking to think that's a red flag. They're not actually interested in seeing me as relationship material. Does that make sense? What about for you? What's your thinking in terms of that process? The reason why I have changed in that thinking process is because my psychic said, look, you're looking for a husband and you're dating open relationship people. And as much as, you think it's temporary, you're just going to attract more of that. And I thought, oh yeah, manifestation, you are what you think. And so I kind of called it off with my open relationship partners. And I've just been kind of single and horny. Are you single and horny? I'm single and horny. Oh my God. See, it's like you can hook up with people and that'll kind of, serve a certain function. But I'm just going celibate right now and just kind of holding off on everything. I don't know if I should be doing that because maybe having a little bit of sex here and there is nice. But I'm really like just sitting and just holding, because I believe that holding process will help me evolve internally in a way where I can attract that right mate. And when that person emerges, there's a sexual calibration that'll be more special. Because if I've been sexually calibrating with someone else who's single or is in an open relationship and doesn't want a relationship, then there's going to be a mismatch when we start off in some kind of relationship with someone else. Do you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on that? So yeah, relationship, changing the way that I'm dating. This is something that I see a lot of people do, and maybe you do this as well. When you are looking for someone, you are willing to make exceptions for, you're potentially willing to make exceptions for what you were looking for in your head versus what you're having. And no one's perfect. No one's going to be that exact match necessarily. Sometimes they can be. But like in that experience, how much are you willing to budge on your expectations? This is the thing that I realized I was budging too much for myself. And maybe it's my own insecurity. Your own self-esteem affects how you date, right? How's it affecting how you date? How is your self-esteem? Are there things that you can do to kind of bolster it up? I put a Post-it note on my mirror that says, I am beautiful. And that, to me, has really helped me boost my self-esteem. I know it's superficial, but, it's stupid things like that actually work. I'm going all over the place. It's been a while since I filmed a video. So I have stopped dating anyone that doesn't explicitly say they're looking for a relationship. Have you ever done your online dating where you're experimented with saying, I'm looking for a relationship or I'm not? I feel like there's a cultural presumption that if you are saying I'm looking for a relationship, what you're actually saying is, I'm insecure, I need love, and I don't think I am capable of dating because I don't have that security. I want to get really attached really soon, really fast. And I get that because there are people like that, and that's kind of a loud impression that a lot of people may have. But for me, I'm like, no, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm going to keep saying no, but until I find the right one. But this is the path that I'm on, and what I'm not saying is, are you my husband? Because then they're going to freak out, right? So I've started to just say, are you single? Like when I meet someone in real life, I went to the club the other day and I met a guy who was like, you're really hot. And I was like, thank you. You're pretty cute too. And then I said, are you single? And he said, no. And I said, oh, okay. And he was like, he was very upset about that. But he volunteered to actually help me meet other people in the club. So I said, okay, I sat on the couch and I was like, can you talk to that guy? Great. Can you talk to that guy? Oh, he's in a relationship? Okay. Can you talk to that guy? And then so he would go off and we did this for several hours. We would make out in between just because I got to keep him engaged, and also it was fun. But yeah, most of those people were not available. And the other ones were red flags. 2 of the 9 were available and it was red flags. One of the guys said, you're not like a girl with a dick or anything. And I was like, inside, playing it cool because I don't want any trans violence or anything like that. I was like, that's like completely disrespectful and I'm gonna go, bye. And then I went into the ocean of dancing club people. Where am I going with this? I have to close it up because we're at 10 minutes. But I want you to take away this one thing, which is think about where you are in your dating world. What do you want? And can you be uncompromising in what you want and stating that in a way that is not shameful or embarrassed or feeling insecure about that position that you have? People are going to self-organize around you in what you want. So state it, claim it, hold it, and be okay with saying no to the 100 other people that are saying, sort of, maybe, no, and being okay that you're saying that. Because there's billions of people on this planet, and I'm sure there's at least one person that's looking for exactly what you want. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.